I am making this video because someone asked me to explain, well, just talk about Witch Hunter a bit, because I mentioned it in one of my other videos. So someone asked me to talk about that, which I'm more than happy to do, because Witch Hunter, like I said, is my favorite series so far. So I'm just gonna show a few pictures and screenshot stuff. Well, I apologize for this in advance, but I'm actually sick. But I said I was gonna make the video, so I'm gonna make it. I'm just gonna give a bit of information and just show some pictures or whatever. So yeah, hope you enjoy the video. Okay, here we have the main character, whose name is Tasha Godspell. I'm sorry. And he's the main protagonist of this series, Witch Hunter, and he's A-class, and he works for the WH, which is the Witch Hunter Association. He was a student of a witch who was named Eddie Florence, and he has a younger sister named Arya Godspell, who was turned into a witch, and that's where his main focus is. He's trying to, remove the hat from her head, which makes her into a witch, so that she can just be normal again. He has a supporter whose name is Mordred, but it's referred to as Halloween, and Halloween is a well, I get into what Halloween is later, but Halloween is his supporter, and Tasha is the only man who can manipulate can produce mana in his body other than Merlin. So that's one thing that you need to understand about Tasha. And this is Tasha in his normal stage or whatever. His hair was turned white. It hasn't really been explained like why yet. I'm assuming it has something to do with his ability to produce mana and the release state in which he has, but it hasn't been explicitly stated why yet. But his hair used to be blonde, and this is him in his sealed state. This picture is a picture of Tasha in his release form. I know you can't tell from this because it's actually a grab from the manga, but in his release form, his eyes turn red, and his hair turns like black. All of it turns black, and he gets like incredibly like strong. Meaning it's to the point to where like S-class witches can't even really handle the power that's coming from Tasha in this stage, and he has a limiter on his body or whatever to like restrict this stage from coming out. But sometimes, I think total in the manga, from what I've even been up to as far as reading, I think I've seen him do it twice. So it's fearsome when he turns into his release form, I'll tell you that. The main synopsis of the manga itself is Tasha is he's a 16-year-old witch hunter who's actually looking for his sister. That's the main point of it. He's looking for his sister, and he finds her a lot, but he can't remove the hat because of the amount of power that she has and the limited amount of power that he has. Well, compared to her, his power is limited. He's trying to remove her hat so that she can stop being a witch. I know that sounds ridiculous, but the method behind it is actually quite good. So, but he is a part of the Witch Hunter organization, and he usually travels alone. He has a supporter with him, but he usually travels alone. But unofficially, he's a part of a team with a guy named Jung, and I forgot the other guy's name. What is that other guy's name? Taurus, and Elmar. They're part of the team, but they consider themselves to not be a part of the team, but they're part of the same team. And he's just looking for his sister. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to find his sister and remove the hat so that she won't be a witch. Because in this world, in this universe, the world has been taken over pretty much by witches, by the power of these witches. And there was an organization that was put together to like combat that. But most of the people in that organization are incompetent. The Witch Hunter organization, believe it or not, most of them are incompetent. But except for a small group of A-class and S-class people, most of them aren't really worth a fuck. And throughout the course of this, Tasha is pretty much, like I said, he's looking for a sister. And the times that he do run into her, she has like enormous body counts under her belt, man. I mean, she has killed numerous amount of people just, you know, to just reaffirm to him that she is a witch now, and that's how things are, and that if he wants to be with her, then he's gonna have to accept that, which he can't accept. His weapon of choice are pistols, 2 pistols. He's known as the marked magician, or the magic marksman, as they say in English. Yeah, his pistols are just, I mean, his pistols are actually like very, very gangster. I know that shit sound crazy, but they are Colt guns or whatever. They pistols that have been modified or whatever, so that they can shoot out his mana, and that's what he does. He uses his mana to just push out the end of the blade. So it's, I mean, the pistol. So it's not like he's using ammunition. And because he's the only male that can produce mana in his body, like, people are caught off guard with his weapon. So he has high accuracy. Like I said, he used those to just blast mana or whatever. And he usually fights long range. Usually the fight that he do is long range. But at the same time, he can fight up close, so that's a good thing. He still uses his guns when he fights up close, so that's a good thing. But at the same time, he really doesn't have to fight up close because he has Halloween, and Halloween is a close combatant person, so he doesn't really need to fight close. And another thing that he has that's in his pouch, he got his pouch, it's like a dimensional gallery pouch, I think is what it's called. And he had this thing called the glove, the gallery glove. That shit is so badass. He do this thing called the Song of Mortier. Oh my god, it is the most awesome thing. I mean, I'm trying to not fangasm right now, but it is the most awesome thing that I've ever seen in my life. When he used this or whatever, he summoned like what he mentally go visit these 3 sisters, Clotho, Lachesis, and Athropos, I think, or whatever. And when he used this or whatever, he becomes, I know this line crazy, but this is like when he do the Song of Mortier or whatever, that's when he's in his release form or whatever, and he just become like insane, and the magical power that comes through his body or whatever, it's just ridiculous, and he's just able to just fuck shit up to the highest degree. So I love it. The next character is Halloween, and as you can see, Halloween is depicted as being a pumpkin. Halloween was a gift given to Tasha by his master. He didn't know this, but it's later revealed. So I mean, if you don't want to know, I'm sorry, but spoiler alert. He didn't know this, but Halloween actually has a seal on her to make her have this appearance, and once the appearance is taken off, Halloween has the form of a young girl, and that shocked Tasha because he just did not know. Halloween's form, when she's in her human form, is when the seal is broken, she has like red hair. I think I've only seen like a few pictures of her in color, but she has red hair and red eyes. Her blades, they turn like different, but I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, honestly, she looks like she may be around Tasha's age. She has red hair. It's tied in a ponytail at the top, and her yin blade becomes like rectangular in shape, but it's still sharp, and the yang blade becomes a shield. You know, so it's not just the 2 blades that she had. Because when she's Halloween as the pumpkin, she has like 2 like butcher type of blades, but when she is released as Mordred, she has a rectangular yin blade and a yang shield. So that's one of the coolest things I've seen so far. Right now in America, you can only get volumes 1 through 4. You can order 5 through 8, but they'll get released through those dates. And the release date for 7 through 8 is July 2nd, 2013, I think. So I mean, you can pre-order them on Amazon. But like I said, man, it's a real good series to get into. I mean, I know I may sound like a douchebag for saying this, but if you want to read it, it's available on mangareader.net. So they are chapter 81 right now. I think 81 just came out. Let me see first. Hold on. It may be 80. Yeah, 81. Chapter 81 just came out. So you can check that out. It's one of my favorites so far. I like the show. I like the art. It's like I said, it's Korean. It's not even a Japanese manga. It's a Korean manhwa, but it's still done awesomely. The characters are just, you know, so much you can get into, because Tasha is kind of like a hothead. He always broke. He don't never have any money, you know. But at the same time, he's a real caring, you know, responsible. Well, not in the money aspect, but he's responsible as far as his friends and family are concerned. And that's what I like about his character, because I see a lot of myself in Tasha. He feels like burdened, you know, to be, not burdened, but he feels a sense of responsibility when it comes to taking care of his sister, and I feel the same way when it comes to providing for my family. But at the same time, I don't have the funds, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, in that aspect, we are exactly alike. He always broke. I'm always somewhat broke, you know, and I feel a responsibility to take care of my family. So, you know, it's a really good series to get into. I really do appreciate this series heavily. I found it by accident, to be honest with you. I wasn't expecting to read it. The author is Jung-man. Like I said, it's Korean, so you can check that out, man. Like I said, manga reader. You can order them like I have. I even pre-ordered the ones that's coming out. I don't want to get into too much detail because a lot of it will be spoiler. I just told you about Tasha and Halloween. Other than that, though, check out the series, watch it. This is Bash Stampede. Again, I apologize for the lack of enthusiasm, but I'm not feeling too well. But this is Bash Stampede, man, and I'm signing out.